In this week's sales snippet, I just want to ask you a question. Are you trying to blend in or are you trying hard to stand out? Hey, my name is Rob Spence and I'm the Managing Director of Paragon Sales Solutions. So, in this week's sales snippet, I want to kind of talk to you about, or go back to that question we posed at the start of this video. Are you trying to blend in, not to upset anyone, or are you trying hard to stand out from the crowd and wow your audience? This all stems from a conversation I had with a marketing client of mine, and we were discussing strategies that we needed to do, yada, yada, yada. And, we were saying, well, this competitor does that, so we should probably do that kind of thing. That competitor does that, so we should probably do that kind of thing and do that. And I said, well, that's fine, but we need to take a step back and say, what can we do differently to make ourselves stand out from the crowd? Sure, it's good to, see how the trends are moving forward and see what the current marketing trends are. However, if we're not willing to stand out from the crowd and sort of put our heads up a little bit and set the trends ourselves, then we're only going to get lost in an abyss of an already crowded marketplace. And so this then got me thinking even more about the need for any business or any salesperson or even an individual to stand out from the crowd. So whether that be you're a business and you want to do things slightly differently, a bit crazy, go a bit Elon Musk, go a bit Steve Jobs, Wright brothers, Henry Ford, that kind of thing. If you're a salesperson, if the company you work for has always sent out proposals like that, worded like that, or saying that, do you want to do things a bit differently and stand out? So when you send that proposal and it hits an inbox full of 30 other proposals or whatever, how are you going to stand out from the crowd? If you're an individual and you're trying to get a new job and you write up your CV in the same format as everyone else does, in Times New Roman, all boring and so on, what are you going to do to stand out from the crowd? So when that managing director or recruiter looks at a list of 30 CVs, which one are they going to remember the most? It all comes back to that creative thinking and, as mentioned before, setting the trend out. So a little story for you quickly. Years ago, I owned and operated a small antiques business, Spence & Sons. We sold antiques, art, vintage wares, and so on and so forth. It was awesome. In the antiques industry, there are a lot of trade shows. You might have seen them on Bargain Hunt, that kind of thing. And there's just rows and rows and rows and rows of tables and so on, of all stands and stalls that all look the same. They're all boring. You blink and you forget that you've walked past one. It's like deja vu. You're walking past, you have no idea where you are. It's very easy to get lost because they're all identical. So when we started to go to these trade shows, we matched that same system. Well, these guys are doing it, so we must do it as well. And I look back now and I think that's completely wrong. If I was to operate that business again now, or if I was going to consult for that business, I would say you need to stand out from the crowd. You need to get some pillars either side of your stall and put some LED flat screen TVs on there with videos displaying your high ticket items. You need to get some big banner over the top that people can see from the other end of the hall. You need to get some dry ice. You need to get a boombox playing Whitesnake or something like that. I don't know. Anything just to draw the crowd, wow the audience and do something different. So, coming back to my original point, what are you doing in your business, in your sales career, in your normal career, or in your personal life to stand out from the crowd? What are you doing to be a bit more creative, to think outside of the box? Are you sending proposal and getting no answer back? But you're sending that proposal because that's the way your company have always done it. That's the way they've always sent it. Are you trying so hard to get a new job and you're not finding any luck? Are you a business and struggling to get people to come through the doors and buy from you? An e-commerce store as well, that's the same thing. Is it because you're just so camouflaged into the crowded marketplace that people just aren't noticing you, or just ignoring the fact of your existence? Perhaps as salespeople, we should stand out a bit more and think outside of the box, be really creative and do things differently, whether that is to do things differently to our competitors or even to our colleagues who work in the same office to us. Just because it's a tried and tested technique for years doesn't mean you can think of a new technique to get more sales. That is this week's sales snippet. So do you agree with me? Should people be trying to stand out and upset the audience and the trend and setting new trends? Should we be doing that? Or should we just wind our necks in and conform to society and just keep our heads down and just follow a very, very boring straight line? I don't know. Drop me an email or leave a little comment below. My email address is rob@paragonsales.solutions.co.uk. Thanks so much for watching this week's sales snippet. Until next time, all the best.